What's up YouTube, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet a granny square. There's two methods that you could use that I'll show you how to use in this video. Either the chain 4 or the magic circle. I'll show you how to do the start for round 1 on each of them, but after that round 2 and onwards the same for each of them. So without further ado, let's get started. So for the supplies you're going to need in this video, you're going to need worsted weight yarn, a size H 5mm hook, and a stitch marker, plus your yarning needle and scissors and whatnot when you want to finish the project. Now for the first method, you make your slip knot for a chain 4. So now we'll chain 4. I'm not going to show you the whole round, I'll show you how you form each of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. After you chain 4, you slip stitch right back into this first of the chain 4. So yarn over, you'll have it on your loop 2, and yarn through that one. And now after you get here, you'll have this circle here that you'll be working into here. Not the slip stitch here that you have there, just this from that first chain, the circle here that forms from it. And to start each round, you'll just chain 3. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3. Now after you chain 3, you put the stitch marker into that chain 3. Because you'll always be slip stitching back into it. Now just chain the 2 extra. And that is the start to the project with the chain 4. Quickly, before we move on to the actual project, I'm going to undo this and I'm going to show you how to start with a magic circle. And then we'll do the actual project, which is the same onwards after this. Each one you'll have a circle here that you work into, either with the magic ring or this chain 4 here after your chain 5 here that counts as a double crochet plus a corner 2 with this chain 2. So I'll undo this quick and show you the magic circle. Now then, for the magic circle, you lay your yarn like this, hold it here, take this end of the yarn, wrap it back around these 2 fingers. Make sure it comes around this way so it wraps around the yarn, and you hold it here. Take your hook, put it under, pull it through, twist it, go back around to this one you put under there, and pull it through. There we go. That's the start of a magic circle. Now then, just like the last chain 4, you're just going to chain 5 to start this one. So 1, 2, 3, and then you put the stitch marker into the chain 3. Now you just chain 2 more, so you have a chain of 5. And just like before I was saying with the chain 4, you just have the circle you'll be working into. So since the project's the same the rest of the way through for each of them, I'm just going to show you how to finish the granny square and make it with the magic circle method instead of the chain 4, because I prefer the magic circle over the chain 4 because you can fully tighten the circle to whatever length you want with the magic circle, but the chain 4 you cannot adjust your circle size at all. So without further ado, let's get into it. So now, after whichever way you choose how to start your granny square, after you do that, you take it and for the first round, after you chain 5, which counts as your first double crochet and your corner, you're going to put 2 double crochets directly into the ring. Now you're going to put 3 directly into the ring, and then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to repeat that 3 times, and then we're going to put 2 more double crochets in, and then we're going to slip stitch into the marker to join. That is round 1. That's the same with the chain 4 method as well, so I'll say it one more time. We're going to, after your chain 5, you're going to put 3 double crochets into this center ring, either with the chain 4 or 5, and then you're going to chain 2, and you do that 3 times, and then you put 2 double crochets in last, and you slip stitch into this. So I'll show you it. So 1 directly into this circle here, and you want to work around this yarn here too. You want this to be worked around your yarn, for it tightens it together, for the circle doesn't just come undone. So work around this piece. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 more. Do that 3 more times, I mean. So 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. And now that we're at the end of it, we did it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Now you're just gonna put 2 more double crochets into this circle. So 1, and 2, and you're not going to chain anymore or anything like that. You're just going to slip stitch directly back into this marker now to end your first round. And like I said before, this is exactly the same either way if you use the chain 4 or this method. There you go. That is how you do your first round of your granny square. So you can take this tail end here and pull it through to tighten and tie off your circle there. Like I said, you can just get rid of it completely, which is why I love these. Now then, we'll start your round 2. Now for the start of round 2, if you wanted to, you could slip stitch into these 2 stitches right here that form the corner, but I prefer to just slip stitch. In most people videos you watch, they'll just slip stitch directly into this corner after you slip stitched into the chain 3. So just slip stitch into it, And right now, by now, you could pull the stitch marker out. You could have a while after you slip stitched. So now we're at the start of round 2. So you'll just do like before, you'll chain 3 and put your stitch marker in, and then chain 2 more for a total of chain 5. And now we're gonna do 2 double crochets right back into this same corner we just worked into. So 1, 2, that's 3 double crochets in this corner now. Then we're going to chain 2 and work 3 more double crochets, or as I like to, as everybody calls them, clusters. So 1 more cluster in to the same corner, because each corner that you work along, you're going to see has 2 clusters of double crochets in the corners. So 3 more double crochets into the corner. 1, 2, 3. Now you chain 1 and you work 3 double crochets into the next corner, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, and do that for the rest of these 2 corners, and I'll see you at this corner. Again, just chain 2 now. 1 last cluster into that corner. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Now again, at the end of that final corner, now you're going to chain 1 and you're going to slip stitch directly into the marker now. So just slip stitch to finish this round, and then we're gonna do round 3. Alrighty, that is how you do round 2. Now, like I was saying in the last one, you can slip stitch if you want to into these 2 stitches here to make it look a little more even, or you can skip them and just slip stitch directly into this corner like most people do. So you just slip stitch to the corner like that, and then you do your chain 5, just like the last row. 1, 2, 3. Put the stitch marker in. And 2 more. 1, 2. Hold up, something doesn't look right. It is. Don't know why it's here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right. Now after you have your chain of 5, you just do just like the last row. You're going to put 2 double crochets into this corner, chain 2, and then you'll put 1 full cluster of 3. And unlike it, we'll be working into this side spacing where you only do. Now if you look at the project now, there's 4 more spaces here instead of just the 4 corners. There's 4 sides. Each siding, which is the chain 1 space that we did previously at each corner, you're just going to put 1 cluster into the sidings, and then you'll chain 1 after them to get out of the sidings, which gives another spacing on along the square. So let me show you what I mean. 2 double crochets into the corner. Chain 2. 3 double crochets, or 1 cluster. 2. 3. Chain 1. 3 double crochets into this one, so that's 1 cluster. 1, 2, 3, and you'll chain 1, and you'll do your corner like normal, so 2 clusters, so 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and that is what you do along the entire project. So I'll show you how it works, and I'll sort of speed it along as we do it until we get to the ending here. Now, just like I was saying, for all of them, you just do your 2 clusters into the corner. 1, 2, 3, that's a cluster. Chain 2, making the next corner. And a final cluster of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now you'll chain 1, and you'll work your 3 into this side spacing. 1, 2, oops. 3, and now you'll chain 1 and slip stitch to join. And just like normal, you would either slip stitch into these ones or just right to this corner here, and you'd be ready to start your next round. But that is it. I will cut this off because that is it. There you go. That is how you do the granny square. You can do this with the classic granny square can do this with either the magic circle like I did or the chain 4. And each time you do this, it'll grow out the siding so you have an extra spacing to work into, as well as the corners. And for about blankets, you do about 4 to 12 of these rounds for each granny square that you want to do for joining together, which 8 rounds is about the sweet spot. And for other projects that you're doing where you're joining them together, 4 or so is 4 to 8, which with 5 being the normal spot, 5 rounds around. So we did 3 rounds in this video here, so you just do 2 more rounds for a normal project. So yeah, if you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe below. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.